What's up, gays, straights, and other days? It's Mally. I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery, and I'm literally picking up right where we left off because, oh my god, that was such a mess. Like, cool, great, Juhi and I finally got our kiss, but also Woo-sung is being super toxic and being super unhealthy. So on the one hand, it's like, yay, romance, but also no, brother. Anyway, we're gonna get right into this because, oh my god, what a mess we left behind. Here we go. Yes? Oh. Usually they go into like a title card, I think, around here. Okay. Woo-sung went to the bookstore to get back all the books he sold earlier, and I was left alone with Juhi and Jung Hoo-so. Are we gonna have a conversation about any of that, or what? When none of us said anything and just stood there for a while, Juhi told me to get all the books and Jung Hoo-so back. She said we should sell those books to her since she would pay double. Wait, when did you get money? Where did you go? What happened? I agreed on impulse. Okay. I didn't know what I was doing, and Woo-sung and Juhi seemed the same. Oh god, okay. I was sitting beside her on the floor and took a glance at her. I shouldn't have sold the books if I knew you liked my books that much. Who said I liked those? Are you really still gonna play coy even after all of that? Come on. And if I wanted books, I would just buy new books. Why would I buy used books at a double price? Juhi apathetically answered back, supporting her chin with one hand. Huh? Then why? It's obvious. I just wanted that servant to stay away from us for a while since he won't let us talk at all. I wanted to be alone with you while he's gone for the errand. Juhi? But also what? She was so confident and straightforward that I didn't even know if it's weird or not. Then Juhi turned her body towards me as if she thought it was a good chance to talk, while we are alone. The door Woo-sung didn't close properly opened and closed along the wind. What were you doing before you knew me? Oh, you were getting to know each other. Okay, now! Have you really only been thinking of revenge for 5 years? I just spent about a year paying off my debt and meeting all kinds of people and asking around about him. I didn't even know my father's enemy's name when I was looking for him. I didn't go back to my hometown since my house became like that and our information was limited. As I told Juhi, I realized that I've done nothing properly in 5 years. Well, yeah, because you've been obsessed with that. I was worried that Juhi might think I'm lame and looked up at her nervously. I think after all that, I doubt that's ever going to be the case ever again. But then Juhi was looking at me as if she feels so bad for me. My gosh, you were so young. A little girl all by herself. Huh? Her expression and attitude were so strange. She changed this much as soon as she found out that I'm a woman? Well, I mean, you have to think about like the way that she was brought up and things like that, and also like, I feel like a lot of things that she's observed about Hisu or So Young are finally like making sense to her, and now she's like a little more sensitive to certain things. But I'm kind of glad that we aren't launching like straight into like complete romance lovey-dovey shit. Like there's a build there, like it's not just so sudden. I mean, the kiss was sudden, but like it was like a long time coming for a while. And when I looked at her closely, I kept thinking of the feeling when she kissed me, but Juhi didn't mention anything about that at all. So I couldn't say anything. Yes, you could. You were involved. It takes 2 people to do that. I got so nervous and my mouth kept being dried up. It's my first time ever talking about someone about me after I come to Hanyang. I haven't even complained or depended on other people when I was having a hard time. I don't really trust people, so I just didn't tell anyone what I was thinking. Well, you weren't really in a position to, so that makes sense. But now I'm saying anything to her. Yeah, but it's Juhi. I thought if I just wait, I would find him. So I just wandered around and 5 years have passed like that. It's funny if you think about it. I didn't know 5 years could pass that fast. To be honest, I haven't really done anything considering all the time I've spent. So you didn't have any clue at all? Did you bring anything from your old house? As she said that, I searched my pocket and touched the small pocket I brought from my father's study. But there was only random stuff in the pocket. I've already opened it 5 years ago, but maybe there was a list of things he wanted to have. I shook my head with empty hands. I just knew his face, his scar and jade ornament on his gat, his voice. Then it's not like you were doing something special. What do you mean, something special? And you were just holding a grudge, sharing the same room with that servant alone? What is that? It was only good for that servant. She's kinda right, though. Oh no. Joohee gave a side-eye to me and leaning her cheek to her knees. Only good for him? I didn't know what that means, so I was just listening to her, and then my face got flushed. Take your time, So Young. Take your fucking time. My lady, Woo-sung is like family. Yeah, to you. It's called one-sided, and it's... He's not handling it well. Really. He's not a weird guy at all. Not weird per se, but he's being a little toxic right now. Well, you don't know if he feels the same way. Yeah. Joohee put her long coat around her knees and just shook her head. The warm night wind came through the chink in the door. My cheek was warm. I was thinking that Woo-sung might not be able to come back due to curfew hour. Just when I was thinking that, the bell rang. Whoa! Oh, there's the title card. Hi! Episode 11, those who can do shall save it. What? Okay, so we're still keeping with like the kind of red tones, because that's pink. Woo-sung came back the next morning. Wait, then what was that bell ringing? He said he just ran towards Junghooseo at night, even though the curfew bell was ringing. Oh, that was a curfew bell. I thought that was a... Do we have a shop bell? I have no idea. So he got caught by policemen and locked up in jail until this morning. Oh, you dumbass. Woo-sung threw the books on the ground as soon as he got in and looked up with a sad face. Here are the books. But Joohee did not give a shit. I wonder why. She searched her pocket and gave him some coins and started giving orders again. You should go out and get some cheap desk and some blankets, woods, and a box to put these books in. What? Oh, and on the way home, get something to eat, too. What are you doing just standing there? Hurry. Woo-sung frowned and complained to me in a huff. She's doing this on purpose. Oh, I know. I fucking know. I'm not her servant. But Joohee heard it all as well, and she interrupted before I said anything. Yeah, cause neither of you know how to fucking whisper, you two forming the ALP and fucking songbong. You're talking too much. A servant must do what his master's friend tells him to do, obviously. Okay, as much as I don't like the way Woo-sung is behaving, Joohee? A little easier on him, please. Are you thinking of your master as lower than you and Yongbon as your friend just because you've been treated like Yongbon for a while? Woo-sung couldn't say anything and had to leave the store. Joohee, this is not the way to do it, come on. And as soon as Woo-sung went out, Joohee waved her hand in the air and exploded in anger. Gosh, I can't believe this. What? That Nobi has been using non-honorific to me. I thought we were past caring about that. And I just listened to him when he yelled at me. Okay, I'm gonna excuse it because of the way you were brought up, but honestly, titles and shit should not matter when we're in our own... Okay. My gosh. It's so annoying. Gosh. I could see the lightning strikes in an empty sky. I got astonished and crawled down to her with a deep bow. Please forgive me, my lady, for being rude to you all this time. I've been... Wait, what are you doing? Hey, just because she knows who we are does not change the... freaking ranks and honorifics and... we're friends, why does this matter? Huh? When I looked up, Joohee was looking at me with a curious face and shook her face. Who's calling me my lady with that gat on their head? I'll treat you like a Yongbon so you don't have to call me that. You're so confusing. You have to act like Yongbon even more from now on, so don't get used to the plebeian way of talking. We're pretending we're siblings still, aren't we? I mean, obviously not here, yikes, but like to the outside world, they think we're... Pardon? I got flustered and got speechless, but Joohee was smiling even warmer. The notorious Hui Bin Zhang was a plebeian, but she ended up being a queen. If you think about that, unlike guys, women are what they believe they are. Be confident about who you are. Well, I mean, yes, because women have had to fight for their rights since forever. But yeah, I guess. She's comforting me in a really weird way, though, and we're still not having our kiss conversation. I was startled and turned around. What is happening? Then when I was standing still, my chest felt somehow empty. I started searching through my pocket in a daze. Something that was supposed to be in my pocket is not there. Where is the pocket I got from my father's study? Did I lose it somewhere? No way. I felt anxious when I thought about that. When I looked up, Juhi was reading something out of that. When did you... Juhi! Come on. Ah! I unconsciously reached my hand and took that paper out of her hand. What Juhi was reading was a list of things. What is this? It fell down when he bent over earlier. Well, that's like my father's keepsake. He never gave it to me, so it's not like I got it from him, but when my house was on fire, I just went into his study and got it. I hurriedly explained, but my voice got smaller. I told her I just took it, but actually I took it because I thought there would be money. Well, I mean, I can't really blame you for that. All the family members were arrested, so I had to run away first. And at that moment, I thought I would just need some money, so while I was searching through the study, I just grabbed the pocket. I'm gonna say that the pocket is like the little pouch thing that we've seen before, because that's probably it. Little did I know that this would be the only thing left from my father. It's not like I did something bad, because it's your dad, but I couldn't even explain why I took it to Wusung. Maybe I made a decision to abandon my family at that moment. Maybe I'm too cruel to think about money unconsciously at that moment. I felt sad and guilty. After losing all my family, all these little things became emotional baggage. So, I didn't like looking at the pocket. I just purposely put it in the corner or put it between my clothes and forgot about it. I got speechless thinking about things I didn't want to think, and Juhi gave that pocket back to me. Why did you get a pocket when you ran away? Did you need some cash? Yeah, you came to that conclusion pretty fast. I just confessed in an impulse and got surprised. After everything we've been through, this does not surprise me. I got flustered and blankly looked at the pocket, then started to pick up things that Juhi took out from the pocket. There were just a couple of papers. A list of luxury items that I don't know the meaning of, a list of people, and 2 tickets for the boat that would take you out of Chosun. Wait, what? Why? Why do we have tickets? Why was my father, who was living in a rural area, writing down the list of luxury items? Wusung said that maybe he was just writing down some things he wanted to buy. And those names were not even on the official gazette, so those lists were just in the pocket for 5 years being useless. Then Juhi reached her hand and took that list of luxury items again. Did your father actually write it himself? I don't know about that. This handwriting is not his, but I thought it might have been important for him since he kept it in his pocket. I think he just wanted to have these things. Yeah, I don't know if any, translator would be watching this at some point, but, what you were talking about, I think Juhi has one too, right up there, that little black bag. That's a pouch. I mean, I see why you would call that a pocket, because it's, similar, you put stuff inside and you keep it on your person. But in this context and the way it's shaped, in English, that's more like a pouch. I don't know if anyone's, any translators listening or cares, but I figured I'd clarify that now. Oil and honey pastry, Korean sweets, cow's heart, carp, ginseng from Songdu, fox skin, seal skin, otter skin, amber top knot pin. What the hell is all of this? Phew. A hairnet. Chinese brush made out of sheep's hair, inkstone from Song, ghost stones made out of jade and agate. What? Juhi was reading out loud all the things on the list. Do you know how much is all these? No, I don't. I just know that it's so expensive that Wusung and I don't even know the price. Why did he write down all the things that he would never be able to buy? I mean, it's called a wish list. I have one for equipment that I want to get for the channel, but I know that's way in the future, but I guess that makes sense. I got a little embarrassed by my father's subtle desire. I don't know. That must be so expensive, I guess. It's not about the price. This is... Juhi shook her head. Wait, what is it? I don't know. This is a bribe. What? This is so obviously a bribe for someone really high. I'm gonna say you meant high in status and not high as in doing the marijuanas. What? A bribe? I've never even thought of that word. Yeah, and how is that? How is a list a bribe at all? Or was that a planned bribe? Or was that something that he was expecting from someone else? For me, who grew up in a rural area, I hate the word rural, and doesn't know anything about the lives of high officials, the concept of the bribe wasn't even in my head. So I couldn't even deduce it. I was surprised and looked at the list again. Bribe. This is not even for just some officials in a rural area. With that amount, it's at least for a minister or a royal family. Huh? Suddenly, Juhi's tone got serious. Is this really your father's writing and father's belonging? I went into his study, right? So it's gotta be his. No? A bribe list is written in another person's writing. Someone else's list. So it's not his? This is weird. I don't think it belongs to my father. Then the door opened suddenly. It's too early for Woo-sung to come back already. When I looked up, there were 4 bulky guys and a chubby girl in front of them. Wait, what? Why? Juhi got surprised and screamed and then hid behind me. The girl almost cried and shouted at her. My lady? My lady? What? My who? My what now? Hello? Oh, your friends. Juhi, why did you scream? Oh my god. You said you were going to come back last night. How come you stayed out overnight? Well, that's... You asked me to open the back door and wait. So I did, and I stayed up all night. I got scolded so much by Mr. Song. Turned out they were servants sent by Mr. Song. The girl is a servant named Nanhee. She got to serve Juhi temporarily and other guys are just nobbies doing chores in the house. Thanks for the scare, jeez. Juhi smiled awkwardly at the servant and tilted her head. I was about to leave, but then the curfew bell rang. What would I have done? I'm sorry. Are you? Then let's go now. Mr. Song is looking for you. Woo-sung, who just came back, was dusting off the blanket and nodded excitedly. Woo-sung, come on! Oh my god. Sure. Oh my... You're such a... Oh... I'm so mad at you right now. Like, you're genuinely pissing me off. Like, I love you, little brother, but you are pissing me off. You should take her back right away. Isn't it a big deal for a lady to wander around alone like this? Let's get her back to her house. Woo-sung... What did you say? Juhi looked at Woo-sung angrily and waved her hand at the servants. Just go back and tell them I'm staying here. Tell them I'm really thankful for everything they've done for me, and I'm sorry that I'm being rude, not even saying goodbye properly in person. Wait, why? I appreciate you wanting to be with me and stay here, but this is not a good idea, especially with Woo-sung being Woo-sung right now. What? Tell them I'll write letters and visit them sometimes. You can't just do that. That's utterly unreasonable. Have you met Juhi? Servants got flustered and didn't know what to do, but they couldn't talk back to the lady, so they just dropped their shoulders. Girl's servant kept looking at me and Woo-sung in suspicious eyes and whispered to Juhi. What if Mr. Song came here himself to find you? He's already so curious about the guys who have been taking care of you. Then I can introduce them to him before I leave. Will you do that? This is so sudden. You can leave whenever you want, but you should at least show him who you are staying with. Please respect Mr. Song's honor, my lady. The situation is going in a direction I wouldn't like. Introduce me to him? Me? As what? A creepy, wicked playboy who took the girl who ran away and lived with her now for a few months? I don't know. I really didn't think I could do it, so I was shaking my head already, but Juhi picked up the long coat from the floor. Let's go. Huh? Who? Who do you think, stupid? You. Everyone here. Let's just go and introduce yourselves to Mr. Song and come back. How can we even go there? Then do you think I should just leave that house like that without properly saying goodbye? No, you shouldn't. What is happening? This is the weirdest meet the guardian, I guess. Ugh. Then should I just keep staying in that house and just walk all the way here alone whenever I need to and go back to that house again all alone at dark night? That sentence hurt my head to read. It's of course the right thing to do to take you there and introduce you to him. What just happened? What just happened to me? What just happened to me? Juhi, what did you just... Usually when you take your girlfriend to meet your parent or guardian, you're usually on the same Okay. She said it so confidently, so I followed her in an impulse. But when I actually arrived at Northern Village, I just wanted to go back home. Also, Woo-sung kept pounding his chest next to me, like the baby he is. It's so weird when you think about it. We got carried away. I want Shim Juhi to just live in that house. Why are you being a baby? Oh my god. She gave us weird options. Don't you think so? No, they're pretty reasonable, because it's either she walks all the way over there to, like, go sleep or whatever, and then comes back to come hang out with us, when in reality, an extended sleepover would make sense, because I don't know where our relationship is right now. I don't know what the fuck is happening with us. None of it makes sense. We're still not talking about our kiss, so you know what? Fuck it. These are the only options that make any remote sense. She asked us to pick between just leaving the house without saying goodbye and leaving the house with a proper goodbye. I just don't want her to leave that house. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you right now? Why should I pick one of those? It's not your choice to make. Why are you're such a brat right now. But when Woo-sung finished explaining about his great discovery, we've already arrived at Mr. Song's house. The servant girl carefully explained a few things to us. My master is a father-in-law of the king's brother. He cares about courtesy more than anything. And his grandson, Prince Sun Gai, passed away a while ago, and he's still heartbroken about it. So please, don't ask him about his children or his family. Okay, noted. Even hearing it made me dizzy. Ugh, I can't do it. I'm going back. When I was about to turn around and run away, Joohee grabbed my arm. Where do you think you're going? How can I even pretend to be Yongbon here? I don't think I can do it. When I whispered desperately, carefully looking around, Joohee made her servant stay away from us and took me and Woo-sung under the shade. Then let's get our story straight before we get in. If it'll make you feel more comfortable. Thank you? How? From that moment, Joohee's special training for making the story straight started. For a couple of hours, we kept memorizing, asking and answering over and over again. Hours? A couple of hours? What? Alright, let's practice again. You were staying with a woman who has a family without their permission. Isn't that a bad thing to do? How come you just ignored the right thing? Confucius once said you have to look into things again even though most people hate them, and you have to look into things again even though most people like them. You have to be careful about what's judging right and wrong. Also in the Analects of Confucius, he said we have to be strict when you judge yourself, but be generous towards other people. And he said helping those in need of help is how a scholar achieves benevolence. If this woman's family knows about it, they will blame her. What do you think about that? In the Book of Odes, it says the reason a peach tree is thick is that its leaves are thick, so you should only teach other people when your family is harmonious. In moderation, it says benevolence means being a human, so loving your family is the most important thing. Can we be done with this, Joohee? I didn't come here to learn. If you can't love your family, how can that family say they know about justice, and how can they manage the affairs of the state? Do you just have this information sitting in your brain? If they knew justice, they wouldn't blame her. Ugh. Shut up, Woo-sung. At this point, shush. Just hush. I didn't even know what the hell I was saying, but Woo-sung couldn't even say a word next to me. Joohee gave a sigh and shook her head towards Woo-sung. Woo-sung was not going to say anything when we got in, but still, it was too much. What, to shut up for 5 minutes? When the sun had already the high noon and about to get down, a servant came out again. He asked me what is taking so long. Yeah, because we stood here for hours doing this. I think you'd better get inside now. Do you need more time? So we couldn't make the story completely straight and had to be rushed into the house. That's about right for us. Inside, the gate was huge. All the buildings looked so dignified. They didn't even plan to make it look like it, but it just looked dignified because of the high ceiling and thick rafters. When I was looking around in a rolling gate, Joohee suddenly grabbed my shoulders and straightened them up. You don't know when anyone's going to see you, so you should always straighten your shoulders. And when you meet him and bow, do it as I taught you. Okay, fine, jeez, Joohee, okay. And just use some quotes I told you when you answer. This is not gonna go well. I started to get nervous again. I barely managed to take off my shoes and got on the low wooden bench. I had to walk ahead of Joohee and Woo-sung. I felt like I was walking on the air, and probably not in a good way. I got so nervous that I didn't even know what I was doing when I got in and bowed. Okay, we're inside now. When I came to my senses, I was sitting on a sitting cushion blanket. Did I faint? It felt like the time skip. Did I faint? The old man named Song Nyok-gyu was looking at me so gently. I think he was trying to be nice to me, but I screamed inside every time I caught his eyes. He finally asked me a question. So, you two took care of this girl, who's like a niece to me. Thank you. Fucking Woo-sung. Yes, sir. I am Kim Hee-soo, living in the street near Heejung Bridge, and this is my brother, Kim Woo-sung. It hasn't been long since we moved to Hanyang from our hometown, and it hasn't been long, and... Suddenly my mind just went blank. I couldn't think of anything. When I was doing business in the marketplace, I laughed at anything and I could talk to anyone from an old man to a little child. Juhi felt frustrated and then quickly interrupted. They heard that I was in trouble and then decided to help me unconditionally. It was not unconditional and you blackmailed us, but okay. They even gave me a room to stay when they were struggling themselves. So they are like saviors to me. I guess. Their hometown is Hadong, far away from here, but like any other scholar, they wanted to pursue their academic career, so they came to Hanyang. While I was breaking out in a cold sweat, the old man asked a question again. So, how's living in Hanyang? It's so nice of you to study together. What lovely brothers you are. How long have you been studying in Hanyang? I've been studying Bu and Si from the 4 books and the 5 classics for 5 years. I managed to answer the question and looked at Juhi. Juhi quickly nodded for me. Okay. This is a disaster! But then the old man didn't respond. I was worried I might make a mistake, but he was looking at Woo-sung. By the way, why aren't you saying anything so far? Because he's being a brat right now, that's why. He could have just said anything, but he froze too much and just groaned. He's not just a plebeian, but the lowest class plebeian. Now he's sitting in front of a father-in-law of the king's brother. Of course he became speechless. Juhi gave a sigh again and interrupted. He can't really talk. Juhi. Oh, what a pity. Woo-sung looked like he didn't know what to do for a while and then closed his mouth as if he was acting. It was a total mess. Yeah, it's about right for us. Mr. Song didn't say anything for a while and just kept smoking. He exhaled the smoke and sighed about 10 times. I felt somehow guilty every time he gave a sigh, so I couldn't even look up. I was looking down at my hands and they looked so pale. I'm sure my face looked pale as well. To be honest, I didn't do anything wrong. Then Mr. Song nodded. Please, take care of Juhi like a true scholar with responsibility. Mr. Song kept emphasizing the word responsibility. I felt like he was saying, she already ruined her life, so she might as well just be with this guy with his eyes. So I felt awkward for a moment. Wait, what have you told him about me, Juhi? You don't have to worry about me. I'll come visit you often. But then Juhi finished the conversation with a bright smile, so I didn't know what the hell to say. Okay, that could have gone so much worse. On the way back, we had 6 servants with us carrying rice bags, cloth for new clothes, woods, blankets, and food. I felt embarrassed to show this to Makwa, so we put it in Jung Hoo-so and moved little by little to the tavern. It took the whole day to move everything. After moving all the rice to the tavern, it was already pretty dark. And when we went back for the last time to get some cloth... Ah! Fucking crickets in my ear! Someone was standing in front of Jung Hoo-so with servants. What? Oh! Hi. Long time no see. What is going on? You sold everything I gave you. Oh, that's right. They were from you. Oh, God. Hi. You still make my heart race every time I look at you, but not this route. You're the next one, I swear. I couldn't help but notice it. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. It was Leader Kong. What are you doing here? Stop. I can't. You sound so upset. Oh, darling, no. Who? Oh, Juhi's point of view. What is Leader Kong doing here? Why are you here? Babe, I thought we were on Juhi's route. Wait, okay. I guess we're back at the top. Wait. Why? We just... Did you leave me with Yurin or... Huh? Why? Why did she have to show up and complicate things? Stop, my heart. She's gonna be the route after Juhi, I promise. Oh my god, because I've been waiting for her so long. Juhi went back to the tavern with Woo-sung first. Because, like, the way that I set up the order was, like, I wanted to do Sayeon first, obviously, because she was the one I was initially attracted to the most. And then Juhi, because someone in the comments, like, wanted to see her route. And I'm like, well, why not? Like, do people a favor. And I'm kind of curious about that route, too. And then I wanted to do Leader Kong next, because, hello. She's the one that, like, I keep... Every time I see her, I feel like she's pulling at me, and I can't, like, pull away. And then, of course, Iljim, then the revenge route last, because it's Iljim. But Why? Juhi went back to the tavern with Wusung first. Leader Kong asked them to do that. Oh, so Hisu's just... okay. Juhi wouldn't have what she asked her to do at all if it was the old days, but now Juhi just heads to the tavern without a fuss. She used to team up with Wusung to deter Leader Kong, but now Leader Kong didn't bother her at all. While we are committed to you during this route, Juhi, just because you kissed me first does not mean you claim me until we have this conversation. But everything Wusung was doing was so annoying and bothersome to her. And maybe the feeling was mutual. Yeah, because he's been nothing but a brat since you've been here. As soon as they got back to the room, Wusung stamped on his feet in anger. What is all this? What did that old man give all this stuff as if he's giving wedding presents to my lady? First of all, whatever bitchiness you're doing right now, knock it off. Second of all, we're taking care of basic... I know he said his niece, but he's treating her like a daughter, and I don't know. But like, of course he's gonna like give nice stuff because she's living with us. It's not all about Hisu all the fucking time. My lady, oh my god. Why are you making this weird like that? Why did you make it look like you like my lady? She's not making it look like anything. Okay, she does, and I like her. You need to not. Why did you do that? What did I do? You acted so weird like that, so that old man must have thought that you two are completely in love. We are. I mean, we aren't like confirmed there yet, but like we're on that way. Like we're well on our way there. So... did you even see his face when he smoked? Who are you yelling at? Huh. And so what if it looks like we are in love? What? Are you trying to ruin my lady's life? Excuse me? Excuse me, Wusung? What do you mean, ruining your lady's life? And your lady is not that naive. She would have avoided the situation she doesn't like to be involved in. And speaking of which, let me tell you something. Don't you think you are the one who's been ruining her life? When Juhi criticized him, suddenly Wusung couldn't say anything. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Juhi started to get angry. They were saying they were planning a revenge or whatever, but from what she heard, they didn't even have a clue at all until that Adapokari case. There are 200,000 people living in Hanyang. How are they going to find a person when all they knew was their face? That is so ridiculous. How could he encourage her to do that? You knew that it would take a long time to find that enemy unless you're an idiot. But you talked your lady into sharing a room with you, and you've been sleeping in the same room with her for 5 years. I think your lady kind of got scammed by you, you bastard. Wait. Okay, not a bit, and not even me just being mad at him. Juhi's actually right, though. Like, there are so many people in Hanyang, and for, like, finding leads on nothing for 5 years? Oh my god, I think Wusung might have been doing this on purpose. Like, actually on purpose. What the hell, little brother? It's just because we didn't have enough money. I've never... Whether I like your lady or not, whether I try to be with your lady or whatever I'm planning to do, that's none of your business. Why do you even care? Are you her master? Are you her husband? I like her. What are you going to do about it? Not Juhi, just straight up just... Oh my goodness. Oh my god, yes baby, stake your claim. When I just said it outright that I like her, Wusung frowned and made a weird look for a moment. Okay, since they're not using italics, which is what you're supposed to be doing, like formatting-wise, when you're doing like the thoughts in the brain, so that you don't confuse between third and first person or whatever, stuff like that. I'm just gonna read the first person stuff in her voice because it's supposed to be her inner thoughts. So that's your warning. Say that again. What did you just say? I'm sorry, but I think I like your master, servant. Didn't I already tell you that I'm not normal? I hate that you still see yourself that way, because it is normal. It's a part of you. But I get it. It's the way you were raised, and it really sucks. My gosh. Wusung frowned as if he just saw something disgusting. Okay, now he's really pissing me off. For a moment, I felt a burn in my heart in a familiar way, but Wusung didn't get mad right away or swear unlike I expected. He just closed his eyes and got lost in thought. And he got pale and opened his mouth as if he just made a big decision. It's not like I haven't thought about it, but let's do it this way. Let's say I'm okay with you having a crush on my lady. We don't need permission. That's the thing. We don't need your fucking permission. Even if we were on, like, equal terms and we were, like, you know, equals or whatever, not master and servant. No one needs your permission. They are feelings. But don't you ever wish to do more than that. My lady is normal. Woo-sung? Woo-sung, you little shit. Oh my god. Don't even think about making a move on her. About that. It's a little late for that. What about my lady's heart? What has she done so wrong that a woman like you... I'm actually mad at him right now because, like, I've heard, like, similar... I mean, obviously, like, more modern versions of, like, these same sentiments, and God, it's making me so mad. It is normal. It is something you were born with. It is a part of you, and there's nothing wrong with you. Gosh, this is just so much nonsense. Don't talk to her ever again. I'll stop it. You piece of shit. Who the hell are you to control my life? When Juhi didn't respond at all, Woo-sung held his breath. Then, as if he made a big decision, he pointed his finger in the air again with a nervous face. His thick finger was shaking slowly. And you wouldn't even know this, but my lady really likes guys so much. When did I ever say that? When? So much that you wouldn't even imagine. When did I say that? At what point? When? What are you talking about? I remember a guy who was her first love 5 years ago. Okay, now he's just lying. Because Hisu would have brought this up. She had a hard time having a crush on him. She wrote love letters over and over and wrote poems every night. She even cried and she practiced hugging every night so she can go hug him. What is this bullshit? Woo-sung slowly continued, frowning his face as if he's enduring pain. I think you're lying. That's not it. Even when we came to Hanyang, there were at least 3 to 4 guys she had a crush on. You are lying, and it's not okay. Stop. You don't control my life. Some of them were even mutual. No. What? She was pretending to be a guy in Hanyang. How can it be mutual? Oh, right. You're lying. Woo-sung, why are you the way that you are? Well, they were all... I can't. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking Woo-sung. I'm sorry, he's just legitimately pissing me off because now he's just lying to try and get Juhi to fucking stop. When really, it takes 2 for consent. Like, I have to say yes to her and she has to say yes to me. It has to be mutual. And I'm not consenting to whatever this bullshit you're doing, Woo-sung. Stop! What the? No, it was all just a unilateral crush with my lady's innocent heart. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? What a terrible liar. Juhi scoffed and looked away, but now that she heard those things, it actually quite bothered her because she wasn't sure if that's all a lie or not. Was she really writing love letters to a guy when she was that young? Really? While Juhi was a little perturbed, Woo-sung awkwardly concluded and got mad again. Anyway, just don't even think about it. How can a human mind work like that? Oh my god, this is painful for me to read. You have a crush on my lady as soon as you realize she's a woman? No, actually, it's always been there. It has been there for a very long time now, and me turning out to be a woman just makes things easier for her and comforts her and makes her more sure in her identity. Oh my god, that's not possible. It's not like that. I've liked her for a long time. What? I didn't suddenly like her after finding out she's a woman. Thank you. I actually started to like her even when I thought she was a guy. What the? Since when? Well, when she disguised herself as a girl. When she wore a skirt when we went to the River Commission Agency. I thought it was a guy in women's clothes, but I still felt something in my heart. Would you not look at me like that? It's annoying. Juhi turned around to avoid Woo-sung's shocked face. Oh my god. What am I reading? What is this? Oh, my point of view. Oh, that's right, you left me alone with Yurin. No. My heart. Stop, you can't do this to me. Oh my god, talk about the world's worst love triangle. Well, actually, with Leader Kong here now, it might be like a quadrangle. I'm sorry, like, reading all of that, like, basically homophobic garbage from Wusung, I gotta end it here. I can't. I need to step back, but I guess we're doing a love triangle / quadrangle, and it's really uncomfortable and really awkward for everyone involved. Oh my god. Yay, Juhiro, yay! Well, thank you so much whoever happens to be watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out. And until next time, bye! Oh my god. Wusong.